Some people break into your house. Some people sue you for it. Karen? She went with bulldozers. This wasn't just a house. It was the home my dad built with his own hands in 1996. Navy blue siding, mahogany porch railings. The sunroom he added in the back with salvaged glass panels because Mom always said she wanted to catch the morning light like it was a blessing. It sat on Alderhill Drive, just outside a town that was growing a little too fast and forgetting who laid its foundation. When he passed, the house came to me. It wasn't huge. It wasn't fancy, but it was ours. Until Karen decided otherwise. The neighborhood had changed. Gated communities started popping up around the hill. And with them came the Alderhill Neighborhood Alliance, a self-declared HOA-like entity made up of power-hungry retirees who printed their own business cards and wore polos embroidered with the initials H&A. Karen was their queen bee. She moved in 3 years ago, drove a champagne-colored BMW, wore white capri pants in January, and once petitioned the city to ban unapproved yard colors. We had no legal HOA, but she acted like we did. Letters appeared in my mailbox. Grass too high. Mailbox not aligned. Security lighting not conforming to neighborhood aesthetics. I ignored them. That was my first mistake. Then came a knock. A contractor in a yellow vest and clipboard on my porch. "Hey, you're the tenant here, right?" "I'm the owner." He blinked. "Oh, Karen said this was a condemned property, scheduled for demo Thursday." I laughed. She said what? She filed an expedited teardown order with the city, signed off on behalf of the Alderhill HOA. "We don't have an HOA." He shrugged. She filed under emergency structural risk. I drove straight to city records. And there it was. A demolition order pushed through by a third-party filing agency, attached to parcel ID 1842, my lot. It claimed the house was vacant. Roof damage, black mold, unsafe electrical, all eyes. But the worst part, the city had already dispatched a pre-clearance crew. Demo was scheduled for Friday, 7 a.m. It was Wednesday. I filed a stay order that same afternoon. But due to a clerical delay, thanks bureaucracy, it wouldn't process until Friday noon, which meant they were coming. Thursday night, I parked my truck across the driveway, locked the gate, turned on every light, and slept fully clothed with a camera rolling. At 6:42 a.m., I heard them. Engines, gravel crunching, the beeping of a backhoe. I ran out barefoot and stood in the middle of the yard. "Stop!" I shouted. The driver hesitated. Karen appeared from the sidewalk in a matching tracksuit and giant sunglasses. "You're trespassing," she said, calm as cold coffee. "This structure is being cleared under city authority. I own this house." She pulled out a paper. "Not according to this." She waved it like it was scripture, but it was just ink and lies. The police arrived. Thankfully, they didn't arrest me. They did, however, pause the demolition barely. I handed the officer every deed, photo, record, and digital backup I had. It was enough to stall them. But Karen was furious. "You'll hear from my attorney," she spat, stomping off as the machines rumbled away. I stared at her, stunned. This woman had actually tried to erase me. And so I did the one thing she never expected. I fought back. I hired a real attorney, not one with a name that rhymed with Randy's Quick Docs. I filed for fraudulent misrepresentation, property interference, attempted destruction of private residence, and emotional distress. The court took one look at the demolition request and froze her assets pending investigation. That's when the cracks in her story collapsed. Turns out, she used HOA letterhead from a previous community she'd lived in, a neighborhood 2 counties over that had dissolved 5 years earlier. She photoshopped their logo, pasted her name, and filed as acting board president. None of it was real. The court date came fast. She showed up in a beige pantsuit and crocodile tears. Claimed she thought the house was abandoned, that squatters had taken over, that she was protecting neighborhood value. Then my lawyer played the footage of her telling the demo crew I was just the gardener squatting, and showed the city emails where she CC'd herself as interim neighborhood manager. Her face twisted. Her hand shook. The judge looked unimpressed. Final ruling? Karen was fined $180,000 in damages, ordered to issue a written apology, and barred from submitting any neighborhood filings without prior approval from the city's legal department. I used part of the payout to repair the roof, ironically. And the rest? I built a wrought iron fence, painted a deep navy, same color as the siding, and I put up a sign. This land is owned, not by an HOA, but by history. Karen moved out 3 months later. The house was listed under her husband's name, but rumor has it the court fees came out of their retirement fund. She left quietly. No farewell party. No final power play. Just one champagne BMW, rolling out of Alderhill with a trailer hitch full of regret. I planted lavender on the porch that spring, and every morning the sun still hit the glass in the back room just right, like my mom said it would. And when I sit there, coffee in hand, breathing in peace, I remember, sometimes the house isn't just walls and windows. It's memory armor. And some people learn, too late, that what's built with love can never be bulldozed.